Alright, Arrow fans, it's time to take a look at the final episode of Arrow Season 3. My name is Oliver Queen. Team Arrow wakes up, being revealed to have survived. Shortly after, the Flash shows up to save them but quickly leaves. The team, excluding Tatsu, heads back to Starling City. Oliver is speaking with Raish about him becoming Ra's al Ghul. Before the plane engines start to fail, Raish immediately suspects Nissa, but Oliver reveals it to be him. Raish leaves the plane, and Oliver and Nissa safely land the plane. They meet with Team Arrow at their new base in Palmer Technologies. Oliver quickly apologizes to Diggle and Felicity, revealing to them his plan had never been to betray them or Starling City, but rather to save them. Once Raish saved Thea, Oliver made a plan to take down the League of Assassins from the inside by becoming their leader. He told them of his foreign plan to sabotage the plane in an effort to both destroy the virus and kill Raish. Felicity asks Oliver how he expected to survive such a plan, and when he doesn't respond, she realizes he had not planned on surviving. Felicity discovers that Raish's rival Damien Dark is in Starling and he wants to assassinate him. The whole team goes to a hotel where he's held up and question him. Dark is revealed to already have left, and his assistant is shot dead with an arrow. When the League starts releasing the virus, Ray and Felicity work on the cure while the rest of the team, including Thea in Roy's Arsenal costume, and the SCPD work to stop Raish's men and contain the virus. Oliver goes to fight Raish and is able to defeat him. Oliver is shot by the police, but is saved by Felicity in the Atom suit. Oliver tells the team he is no longer needed in Starling City and asks if Felicity would like to leave with him. Oliver says a goodbye to Diggle. Malcolm tells Thea that he's going to leave, but she no longer needs him. Before Oliver leaves, he gives Malcolm the Demon's Head ring. Malcolm is glad they got to work together. Oliver can never forgive her what he had done to Sarah and to Thea. On the top floor of the Palmer Industries building, Ray records an audio file of a new idea working with his nanites to save the city. City gave him for a suit. He instigates Trial 1, but nothing happens when he first presses a button on the Atom suit. After a beat, there's a brilliant light, then top floors of Palmer Industries explode. Malcolm takes over the League of Assassins with Nissa rejoining, but still vowing that she would kill him for what he did to Sarah. He welcomes her to try. He then tells her in the League to kneel before Ra's al Ghul. They kneel before him, and so does she. Oliver and Felicity drive off into the sunset, with Oliver feeling surprised that he is now happy. Aww. So now let's take a look at some trivia surrounding this episode. Yeah, get back here. Okay. The title of the episode from the first line of the monologue. The title of the episode from the first line of the opening monologue and refers to Oliver reaffirming his identity to Ra's al Ghul. This is the fourth episode of the Arrowverse, as well as the third episode of Arrow, to be named after after a character in a civilian sense. After Sarah, the secret origin of Felicity's smoke, and who was Harrison Wells. Damien Dark was introduced in capacity and would become the main villain for the following season. The episode introduced Thea wearing the Arsenal suit and she is officially christened as Vigilante Speedy. This is the first episode where Barry Allen appears only as the Flash. The second is Invasion. This is the last episode of Arrow to feature Colton Haynes as the series regular until season 7. The two streets named Adams and O'Neill are a reference to Neil Adams and Dennis J. Denny O'Neill, respectively, a prolific comic book artist and writer. During the 1960s and 70s, Adams and O'Neill collaborated on various comic books, but was apparently created Ra's al Ghul and the League of Assassins. This is the third time that Starling City has suffered from a terrorist attack following the undertaking and the siege. However, it's the first time that Team Arrow has successfully stopped the attack before there were massive casualties. This is the first season finale where the season's main villain dies. This episode takes place right after the Flash episode Rogue Air, as Barry appears saving Team Arrow in return for Oliver helping him stop Eobard Thawne. When Laurel tells Quentin that there is a major threat to the city, he replies, "It must be May," referencing the month when the finale of the season takes place, each time with a major threat to the city. So overall, as the final episode of season 3, this episode is actually pretty darn good, and yeah, it's nice that Oliver is finally happy with being Felicity and stuff like that. So yeah, So overall, I give My Name is Oliver Queen 5 arrowheads out of 5. When we tune in next year as we take a look at Arrow Season 3, beginning with the episode Green Arrow. And don't forget to tune in next month to Star Trek Timber as we take a look at Season 4 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. So, until then, in the words of Oliver Queen, you have failed this city.